Hello, this is Charting Man Dan of TheChartGuys, where we teach the little guy and girl how to utilize charts to manage their own trades and investments. What do I mean by the little guy and girl? Well, we just had two directives signed halting the implementation of a rule that requires financial advisors to act in the best interests of their client. Let that sink in a little bit. The big wigs on Wall Street can play with your retirement and hard-earned money without your best interests at heart. We currently have hundreds of members taking charge of their financial future, and we would love for you to come check out a free week with no credit card required to see if our services would be beneficial on your path to financial independence as well. What we offer, we have a separate course of over 5 hours in length on when to enter and exit positions. And in terms of what we do daily, we have nightly videos, key levels updated each morning before the bell, 2.5 hours of live daily webcam coverage in the morning and in the afternoon, and over 7 hours of educational videos. All of these links can be found in the description of this video. Come check us out. Thanks for watching. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Howdy friends, looking at YELP GWPH PCLN NVDA and TSLA. So YELP did not get the follow through the bulls were looking for here, and after that strong close, a really disappointing day here. But we have an inside candlestick, and this is pretty similar to what we saw between Monday and Tuesday. So we had the inside candlestick that closed near the low of the day, and then the bull showed up the next day. Now we have another inside candlestick that closed near the low of the day. If we get a break of 33.92 and 33.91, that will be a bear break, and we will be looking down at really just heading back down to the downside and potentially new lows. So this is a potential bear flag still at this point, and we were close to negating it from the potential of being a bear flag, but this candlestick puts us right back in that possibility. So a lack of follow through at this point. Pretty much tomorrow is make or break, and if we see another red day, we're going to have an ugly weekly candlestick, and it's going to show us that the bulls don't have any of the momentum that we thought they did after this candlestick. So this would be a clear exit point in my opinion. If 33.91 were to break, I would want to be out of this trade and taking a step back and reassessing the situation, but certainly would show that the bears are still in control. GWPH, nice follow through for the bulls, nice big volume. We got all the way up to 131.39 and wouldn't be surprised to reach an equilibrium pattern. We had the breakout, consolidation low, potentially a lower high here with the upper wick showing profit taking. If it is and we consolidate, the bulls will look to form a higher low compared to 120.39, and we'll look for this range to tighten up. The middle Bollinger Band support is continuing to catch up. That's going to be around 127 tomorrow. And it's not a bearish reversal candlestick, but we just need to be aware that there was profit taking. The biotech sector had a complete 180 turnaround and closed very weak after being very strong early on in the day. So we have to keep an eye on the sector as a whole as well. Look at this upper Bollinger Band, 131.35 on the weekly time frame, rejecting the price for the third week in a row. If we cannot get above that level and close above it by tomorrow, these Bollinger Bands really need to begin ascending to create some space for these bulls to continue to the upside. We aren't too far off from that all-time high, 137.88, currently about $8 away, which is, it's pretty significant. That's about 6%. So we'll see if the bulls can remain in the control, as they certainly have been recently, and this is certainly a strong end to the week if we were able to close here or better. PCLN is getting very tight. We saw a bullish break of the inside candlestick to start the day, but we hit the all-time high and came short by $1. So we did reject from that all-time high. It's a bit of a double top at this point. The upper Bollinger Band is going to be in the upper 1730s tomorrow, and we're either going to see a new all-time high or a loss of the upper Bollinger Band and the start of consolidation. Support is 1726, 1720, and 1700, and tomorrow's a pretty important day with regard to that upper Bollinger Band. Update that level at the open. Weekly chart, pretty much going to be a bullish week no matter what. Very strong close in reaction to earnings, and a big-time bull volume candlestick. NVDA is weak, and we were all over this weakness, and we've been all over this weakness for the past couple of days, and that's because we're in a lower high, lower low pattern, and the volume is favoring the bears. So we're anticipating that every bounce that we see is just a short-term bounce and allowing us for another bearish entry. Increase in bear volume, close at the low of the day, and we're looking at 98.99. We did see a low of 98.89, but we closed right above that level. And then we're looking down at the recent low of 95.70. This is a weak close on the weekly time frame. The middle Bollinger Band support next week is going to be in the mid to upper $97 range. And if we close below it, we'll see a bearish TCG cross with the 4-period exponential crossing the 8-period to the downside, and we will see further pullback. So the bears are in control of NVDA now, and in order to break that, we would have to see a break of 105.20 to break this lower high pattern on the daily time frame. Tesla also seeing a little bit of weakness, but holding on for these bulls. We have our new lower high at 254.85. Support is 248.27, and then the 50-day moving average in the 244s. So the bears are still in control with this lower high, lower low pattern, but the bulls held on today in a very weak, well, I shouldn't say very weak, but certainly the weaker of the market days that we've seen recently. Not seeing any of that downside here on Tesla. And we're going to have to watch that 254.85 level closely. This weekly candlestick right now is not very bearish. We are battling to hold the exponential support, the 8 period of 250.25. The bears want to see it close down in the mid to lower 240s. It really is close to the low of the week as possible to get some more momentum to that downside, because as of right now, this shows the bulls are holding on and potentially even establishing a new level of support of 242. So tomorrow is pretty important on Tesla as well as to whether or not we continue to see weakness and head to the 50-day moving average or look up to the recent high of 254.85 to try and break the lower high pattern. So I appreciate you watching. We will check back in over the weekend, and I'll see you then.